Izwi Lakho is a film produced by young filmmakers who are actually beneficiaries of the Multichoice Innovation Fund. Love at first sight becomes love at first sound when a 22-year-old Bule, a young deaf man, starts hearing at the encounter of a troubled young lady. With his newly found sense of hearing, he navigates the world of crime alongside the young lady and he eventually falls in love with her. Take a look at this.
Ayiseke into engakwenzela yona manje.
Emva kokuthi uma asishiye izwi lakhe into yokuqala engizwile
khona ukushaya amazi ngale ntombazane.
Ubani lo nkamelo?
Fanele ugwara, especially mangakatholi lento engiyifunayo.
Bonke umuntu besingoyidala umuntu asekanye ngapha pha.
Ukuthi lamadle bakho lawo azokudala ukuthi ube umuntu nje mina buye la futhi.
We're now joined by the lead actor and scriptwriter Mandisa Mzimela to discuss the journey in the making of this film. A very good morning and thank you for joining us, Mandisa. Welcome to Weekend Dawn on Channel 405. So you are on this movie and let me just put it together. You're the scriptwriter for the movie. How did you go about putting together the script?
So, I mean, it's a story that has been in the making for some time. And my business partners and I mean, as Beyond Black, we just love telling stories about love. So for us, what we wanted to do was look at it from a different perspective and look at it from, I suppose, the perspective of someone who is deaf and I guess represents someone who isn't really represented in the film space and the TV space. So we just wanted to look at love through a different lens and through a different angle.
I see you guys were quite intentional with getting your cast and crew ready with young talent. Why did you go for that route?
I think as young people ourselves, it was really important for us to represent ourselves on screen. So we were quite intentional about the kind of people we cast. And I think for us, it was just a representation thing. Like, let's see young people on screen. Let's see them going through struggles. Let's see them falling in love. It's something that really appeals to us as Beyond Black. So, yeah.
All right. I did mention earlier that we are joined on the line by the lead actor, Nkanyiso Mzimela. Nkanyiso, thank you for joining us on Weekend Dawn. Appreciate it. I want to bring you in here now and ask, getting together and getting ready for this kind of role, is this something out of your comfort zone?
Yes. I did feel really challenged and I was really put out of my comfort zone because as an actor, I was not exposed to the deaf community. I mean, as a person, as a human being, I didn't know much about the deaf community, so it was a very interesting learning curve for me. And, I mean, having to learn sign language and having to incorporate that into my art is something that was really, really challenging.
Great. Mandisa, I want to talk to you again now. Being part of the beneficiaries of the Multichoice Innovation Fund, I mean, is that something that you'd encourage a lot of aspiring filmmakers to get into? And what sort of platform or what sort of higher point has it given you in your career?
Sure. So Multichoice has been a leader in creating these kind of initiatives, I think. And for us, it was such an amazing opportunity because they not only encourage us to make the kind of films that we want to make, but they also encourage us from a business perspective. So what they do is they take young people who are trying to start businesses and they equip you with every single thing you need, not only to create stories, but sustain your business moving forward. So I definitely would encourage any young person out there who's looking to start a business in the film industry to join because it's such an amazing opportunity and they've equipped us with things that will definitely take well into our careers and as business owners.
Mandisa, why should I tune into Mzansi Magic tonight at 8:30 to watch this movie? What makes it so special? Why does it stick out from the rest?
I think it's something you haven't seen before. I think a lot of people have never seen stories about people in the deaf community. People have never seen stories about representation like this. So I think if you're looking for something different, if you're looking to see love in a different form, love in all of its forms as well, because it's not just romantic love, but it's love across the board. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely tune in. I think it's going to be a great experience for anyone who's watching.
Nkanyiso, can you tell me a little more about your character, apart from learning how to sign language, etc.? Tell me a little more about your character and how you look at your character.
That's a very good question, because when I auditioned initially, when I read the character brief, I instantly felt like I was connected to the character. I instantly felt like I understood who Pule is. And when we were doing the audition with Chris, he asked me if I wanted another brief or a more detailed explanation, and I told him no, because I initially already felt like I'm connected to him. So the character is a person that does not really speak much, and for me, that was something that I felt very connected to, because I'm not a person that really speaks much, and I got an opportunity to do a lot of acting without dialogue, without the heavy pressure and the heavy stress of always having to say something. So, I got an opportunity now to say a lot without words, So for me, that character was very interesting.
Do you want to take us through the chronology of the story, Mandisa?
Sorry?
Do you want to take us through the chronology of the story, Mandisa?
So from start to finish.
Sorry?
Hello?
Can you take us through the story, Mandisa?
The story, okay. So basically what we have is a young boy who loses his hearing when his mom dies in a tragic shootout. And from there, what basically happens is he goes through this depression, and he goes through this space where he just feels like there's nothing to live for until he meets this girl at Piwe. And when he hears her screams for the first time, he just lights up and his hearing seems to come back to him. And then we follow this beautiful journey where he discovers a lot about himself. He discovers that there's so much to live for. And of course, there are dark secrets that come up as well.
And what other movies are you working on? Is there anything that's on the cards for the new year? I believe this was also shot quite quickly, right?
Yes. So the amazing thing about Multichoice and the opportunity that was given to us is that we got the opportunity to make 3 films. So over the course of the next 2 months, July and August, we'll be releasing the other 2. And from there, we'll just be working on other stories and releasing more content.
Nkanyiso, what are your plans for the near future? Where do you plan on acting next? Are you looking for more difficult roles? Are you looking for more challenging roles? And obviously you're looking for more exposure as well.
Yes, definitely. Being put in a situation where I was allowed to challenge myself as an actor, to put myself in a space where I've never been before, I'm definitely looking to more opportunities that will allow me to express my creativity in that form, and obviously grow as an actor, grow as a person, and be able to encounter more challenging situations and put myself in an even more challenging story to tell.
Nkanyiso, what would your advice be for youngsters out there who are looking at you and hoping one day they could be actors and be on a movie? Tell us about your dream, chasing your dream, and why it's important to do that.
I think it's very important to chase your dream, because so many of us live a life that we don't really, or we're not really happy about. So I feel like it's very important to watch your happiness, take care of your soul. So know what makes you happy, and know what you love, and focus on the love and the passion that you have for your dream. Don't worry about the money. The money is not gonna just happen instantly. The money will come to you if you follow and you chase your dream with the love and the passion that you have for it. So many of us go to work and it feels like a strain. When I go to work, I'm excited to go there because it feels like a vacation. I'm having fun. At the end of the day, no matter how stressful it can be, it's always fun. So I would always advise young people to do something that you're willing to do for free. Do something that you're willing to do even without pay, and just do it for the love.
Nandisa, I'm sure putting together something like this in such a short space of time came with its challenges. What were some of the challenges that you faced putting together this movie, and also the script writing process as well?
Sure. So the biggest challenge for me, especially given the time constraints we had, because we did have to make it quite quickly, was I think speaking to the deaf element was trying to write a script without dialogue. Initially, that was quite tough. So I had to find ways to have the character express themselves through body language and through action more than just how they speak. So I think that was the biggest challenge for me, especially because it's something I hadn't done before. But it really did help me grow. And I think all the challenges that we faced, especially as well having to shoot within the space of time that we did, I think it opened our eyes to the many possibilities that are out there, and it pushed us to be creative in ways that we probably wouldn't have been able to be before.
How familiar are you with sign language? Did you also have to learn sign language, sort of getting the script together?
Yes, definitely. So we had to do quite a lot of research. Of course, you can never just jump in and touch on an issue or a community like that without doing your research. So definitely we did have a sign language advisor that we reached out to, and she helped me along the process as well throughout.
And what has the response been like from the deaf community? I mean, the few that you did work with, I'm sure they were quite pleased that you are interpreting a story and using a deaf character as the lead.
Yes, definitely. I think the response has been really great. I think the major thing that they feel is just they're so glad to be represented. And I think it's a challenge for us as story makers as well to be more inclusive in our storytelling and challenge ourselves to include more people, because most of the things we see is so limited to, you know, people that are hearing or people that can see and so forth. So I think the response has been really good, and I think it's going to push us as well to make more inclusive stories in the future.
Nandisa Mzimela, thank you for your time. Actor Nkanyiso Mzimela, thank you for your time. In fact, I'll catch you at 8:30 tonight, Nkanyiso, on Mzansi Magic, of course, watching this new movie. That was scriptwriter Nandisa Mzimela and actor Nkanyiso Mzimela speaking to us about the film Izwi Lakho, which premieres this evening on Mzansi Magic at around 8:30. A big thank you to the two of them for joining us.